head feels like it's been pounded with a lead pipe. I guess it wasn't a bad dream after all. I wonder how I got here to my office. All I remember is flying pipe and stars. Damn it! After all the trouble I went to get that stupid statuette, someone just walks up and takes it like candy from a baby. And my wallet's gone too. I hope somebody on the street saw me get jumped. I've got 29,000 reasons to get that crystal bird back. Hopefully I haven't used my tube of miracle facial cream. It should help reduce the swelling and make me look almost human again.
What's going on, Tex? Sorry, Tex, I didn't see a thing. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Look, I don't discuss that name, and either should you, if you want to keep breathing.
Hiya, Murphy! Well, you see my new nose. I'm so excited. I'm gonna look and feel like a new man.
Congratulations. Now you'll have to carry a stick around to keep the women off you.
Oh, come on, Murphy. Quit funning me. What do you need? I've heard his name in connection with some smuggling and illegal importing. I don't know anymore. You didn't hear me say this. But Eddie Ching owns this whole section of the city. That's where Eddie Ching lives, that's all I know. Sure, I heard of him. Billionaire. Made his money in mining and colonizing up on Mars. You got jumped, huh? You must have crossed Eddie Ching. You didn't hear me say this, but Eddie Ching owns this whole section of the city. You won't get any more information on him than that.
What can I get you? Ham just opened the electronics place a while ago. He's come by for lunch a couple of times. Usually orders the brains and eggs platter. I've heard his name, but I don't know anything about him. He's some billionaire. I think he runs some kind of operation on Mars or the moon. Franny told me you got whacked. I haven't heard any word on the street about who would have done it.
Well, it's that handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
How'd you guess? You must have seen my white horse hitched to the railing out front.
Oh my, Mr. Murphy, you certainly know how to excite a girl.
Well, that's what I've been told. I almost got my own 900 number before getting into the PI biz.
Well, I certainly would have subscribed.
I don't think so. From what I hear, you're a real handful, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
I guess you are referring to the spats between me and my worthless husband.
Spats? Between you and Sal? I had no idea.
Oh, I'm sure we've woken up the neighborhood a few times with our tips. Oh, when we were younger, we used to wake up the neighborhood with different kinds of loud noises. But those days are gone.
You certainly have my sympathy. I came by to ask you some questions, but maybe I ought to leave you alone.
Oh, that's okay. I get down sometimes, but oh, my Fabio calendar always cheers me up. What can I do for you, Mr. Sexy Voice? Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the Slice of Heaven back in 32, but I can't say I know him very well. Chelsea is a nice girl. Sal tries to flirt with her, but she doesn't give him the time of day. I like Louis. He runs a nice place, and I go over there and chat with him when the business is slow. Ardo is an overgrown kid. He comes in here for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and I've got to kick him out every time. If I didn't, he'd eat everything we got. He was a weirdo who opened up a shop just down the street. That would have been a couple of years ago. The business went under in a hurry and the clown just disappeared. That's that religion for norms only. It makes me sick. He opened that radioactive shack across to the street. I haven't spoken with him yet. Me and Sal got married too young, and it's been up and down ever since. I've had enough of his drinking and the womanizing, and I divorce him in a second, but he's got a couple of buddies who are top lawyers. If I had some hard evidence of his screwing around, I could divorce him and get a decent settlement. Well, I was hoping you'd get around to asking about me. I'm just a lonely, hot-blooded woman who needs the love of a good, strong man. Oh, Tex, why can't all men be like you?
You really don't want all men to be cynical alcoholics with large, painful bumps on their heads, do you?
Oh, you poor dear. They hit you pretty hard, didn't they?
Oh, it's not too bad. My head's almost stopped bleeding. I just wish I could find out who hit me.
Oh, you poor darling. Listen, I think I might be able to help you, but I need a favor from you first. I saw you get jumped last night. Sal told me to keep quiet and that telling you would put my life in danger. But I'm willing to talk if you'll get me some proof that Sal is having an affair. Then I could divorce him and get some of the money he's been hiding away all these years.
You drive a hard bargain, Francesca. But I need a lead on my case, so I'll see what I can dig up on Sal.
I don't know anything about the girl Sal is seeing. I've gone through his things, but haven't been able to find anything except for this note. I think it meant to be a coded message. I'm sorry I don't have anything more for you to work with. Let me know when you've got something.
Too bad you don't like fresh brains, mate. Hot off the grill. As a matter of fact, he just left. You'd probably be interested to know that he tore up a note and left it in the trash.
Louis tells me he just took the garbage and dumped it in the trash can just outside the brew and stew. These must be the note scraps Louis told me about.
We have confirmed your appointment with Chastity at the suite in the Golden Gate Hotel at the usual time. The password today is Silicon.
Ardo Newpop is a gigantic goon who works at the front desk at the Golden Gate Motel. Ardo's no rocket scientist. In fact, he probably doesn't even know what a rocket scientist is. Anything good on the tube today?
Uh-huh. I'm watching the Captain Wallaby show, and he's so funny.
I always thought that Captain Wallaby was a pedophile.
You mean he likes to ride bikes? I have a bike.
Captain Wallaby, your favorite show?
It's my third favorite show. My favorite is the Inspector Burns Fire Safety Show.
Why is that your favorite show?
Because fire safety is very important, and I want to grow up to be just like Inspector Burns.
You know, Ardo, Inspector Burns and I are really good friends.
You are? Wow! I'd do anything to meet Inspector Burns.
Yeah, old Burnsy's the best. You know, we always play a little game called 20 Questions. You want to play?
Okay. I can answer some questions, but first I have to put on my fire hat because Inspector Burns' fire safety show is going to be on pretty soon. I went to his pawn shop because I thought he would have Inspector Burns action figures, but he didn't, and I got mad at him, so he probably don't like me. Ooh, Chelsea is pretty cool, because she's got good magazines and stuff. That's where I bought my Inspector Burns fire safety manual. He's a nice guy, and I like to eat there because there's a TV. I just want to be like my hero, Inspector Burns, because fire safety is very important. I used to watch his TV show, and it was pretty good, but then it stopped. And then he opened a store down the street, and I used to go there and buy stuff, but then it closed. I heard about that, but I don't know what a crusade is. She's the lady who makes the best pizza. I eat at her pizza place all the time because I love it. This guy comes up to me and says he don't like you hanging around here. So he gives me a bunch of money and says he'll pay me more if I keep you out of here until he goes away.
Boy, word travels fast. Sal must have heard I was working for Franny. I heard Sal visits here a lot, and I'd like to get inside and look around, but Ardo won't let me in. Maybe he'd let someone else in, though. Now I've got an Inspector Burns disguise that would fool his own mother. It certainly ought to do the trick on a goofball like Ardo.
It's my hero, Inspector Burns!
And you must be Fire Ranger Ardo, my biggest fan in the entire world.
Yes, sir, Inspector Burns. You must have got the letter I sent you.
Well, of course I did, Ardo. You know, I read all my fan letters.
I know you do, Inspector Burns. You're the best.
Why, yes, Ardo. I was deeply touched when I read your letter. But now I can't seem to remember a single word of it.
That's okay. I know you're pretty busy. I wanted you to inspect this hotel for fire safety. I followed all your fire safety tips.
Well, okay. I can see this means a lot to you. You're a good kid, so I'll just take a look around.
All right. Oh boy, this is a dream come true. Ready for inspection, sir.
This can be a dangerous job, Ardo. I'd better do the inspection solo.
Oh, I understand completely. I better not leave the front desk anyway. I'll just open the doors for you.
After a few minutes, I find the door to the Regency Escort Service hotel suite. The door's locked, but there's a security panel on the wall beside it. Looks like it requires a password. So this is the Regency Escort Service Love Suite. Now that I'm in, I'll need to find something to prove that Sal's been a frequent customer. And some columns. Looks like they're made out of marble. Plastic plants, as always, add that special touch to a room. That's a great looking table. This appears to be a very poor copy of Monet's Drowning Frogs. A book about the history of the Golden Gate Hotel. Looks fascinating. Nice cathedral. Girls looking for contact lens. Those chairs look pretty comfy. I'll bet Sal's made good use of that couch. Man now wishing he hadn't gotten drunk and had challenged the other guy to a duel for insulting Rosie, the toothless wench with the heart of gold. Nice chandelier. The escort service spared no expense. Boy, that rug looks expensive. Judging by the stains, I'd guess things occasionally get out of hand around here. French doors with American knobs. Lavish, yet practical. A rose bush by a fence. Pretty exciting stuff. This painting is very yellow. A list of names. All female. Looks like Sal's a regular here at the Love Suite. I'm starting to think this painting's following me around. Nice. Boring, but nice. This must be titled Mishap on the High Seas. A twisty board game. I used to play this as a kid. I wonder what the escort girls do with it. I'd call this one Two Girls Bothered by Ants on a Picnic. Looks like a piece of bright, shiny foil. Must be from a bottle of champagne. A Larson grand piano. Wow. That's even better than a Stopway. A matching Larson grand piano bench. A piece of sheet music. Let's see. Lucido L'Amour. Must be Western music. Good evening, ladies and germs. I'm your entertainer tonight, Mr. Franco Spinoza. I'm going to be playing some songs that I know you'll love. Listen to this one. Hard and cold, it's what it does to me. Hot and cold, the shower sprays on me. La la, hey, la la la, to hell with it. Large Tudor-style windows. Got a nice view of the city. Oh, a Passion's Breath room deodorizer. It smells terrible, but it's got a magnet on it. And magnets can be handy. I don't think I ought to open that credenza. Might be full of Sal's underwear. Which one's cheating? Look closely. This is a piece by that famous dead artist Van Popper entitled Corpse in a Field. I'll bet this love seat's lived up to its name. Lamp adds a nice touch. The nightstands balance the bed nicely. I love symmetry. Frilly panties. I hope they aren't Sal's. The bed looks deluxe. Firm, but not too firm. Looks like a nice vacation spot. Oh, it's last month's Playbub magazine. Looks like it's stuck inside the drawer. My Uncle Stan used to wear a tie with that same pattern on it. You know, suddenly, I'm hungry for a fruit cup. I bet this desk would look even better in my office. Looks like the upper left drawer is locked. I'll bet I could open it if I had something to pick the lock. I love finding unlocked drawers. A Gideon's Bible. It figures. Everything points to Sal being an aspiring televangelist. Camera. Too bad there's no film in it. There's no dust on it, though. Must have been used recently. 12 cents. Some people would take this change, but not me. Cash maybe, but not change. Well, I certainly hope Sal doesn't come out of the closet. Hopefully this isn't Sal's negligee. The color's all wrong for him. Champagne glasses end up in the weirdest places. That hot tub actually looks like it might be fun. But maybe too much fun. Looks like someone left their shorts in the hot tub. I think I'll leave them right where they are. Well, I guess one of the escort girls left her bikini top. Attractive marble benches. Oh, sick. Yucky Band-Aid. Beer cans. Oh, they're empty. Oh, there's nothing like a fluffy, downy-scented towel. You try scrubbing it out, you try soaking it out, but Sal still got that ring around the collar. Oh, yuck. The towel smells like mildew and fine hops. Looks like a couple of objects have fallen into the drain. With that screwdriver, I could undo the screws on this drain cover and get that roll of film. These must be the famous hanging gardens of Golden Gate, Babylon. Someone's dropped a cork into this mounted vase. The opening's too narrow to get my hand in. I'd break it, but it looks like it's made out of ceranite, that new unbreakable plastic. The cork looks like a typical champagne cork with some wire mesh on it. Wire mesh. Even chlorinated water looks better in a champagne glass. As I fill up the mounted vase, the champagne cork flows to the top. I'm just gonna reach in and pick it up. If I can just get this piece of wire. There we go. It's a shoelace. I hope it hasn't been used inappropriately. Looks like a roll of film down there. I believe it's a roll of naughty pictures. Oh, it's the Photomatic Plus Film Developing Kit. How convenient. These pictures are sick. Francesca will be so happy.
Well, gorgeous, you're back. Did you get the evidence I need?
I think I might. Let me look inside my overcoat.
Oh, excellent! This will do the job nicely. I'll answer all your questions now. I was up late having some espresso, then I saw you get jumped. The guy who hit you was real small, maybe a 5'6", 130 pounds. I didn't see his face. He took your package you were carrying, then ran off. It looked like a professional hit, but he wasn't trying to kill you. Believe me, if he wanted to, he could have. After the first guy took off, I saw another guy come running down from your office. He bent over you and went through your coat. Then he ran off too. I recognized the second guy. He was a mutant named Pug. In fact, I remember seeing him hanging around your office for the past few days. Anyway, I went over to make sure you were okay. Sal showed up a few minutes later and I made him carry you up to your office. That's all I know. Pug is ugly as sin and smells like he sleeps in a latrine. On and off for the past week or so, I've seen him keeping an eye on your office.
Hiya, Murphy. Well, Pug and I used to hang out sometimes, but I haven't seen him for a while. I heard he's gotten a job of some kind. He doesn't work very often and he usually sleeps in a box down by the Snow White warehouse.
Following Beak's instructions, I hang around the warehouse. Not long after, a gust of wind carries a horrible stench into my nasal passages. I turn and see a shadowy figure waddle into the alley.
The way you look at me, it makes me nervous.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Pug. I'm here for a friendly chat.
You mean you're not here to hurt me?
Now, why would I want to pound on you, little buddy?
Oh, no reason. I guess I thought you were someone else. I must be going now.
Okay, you run and I'll shoot. Then we'll see who's faster.
This talk of guns has frightened me. I think I've soiled myself.
You know, I don't care what you think, because right this second you've got one foot in the grave and the other's on a big fat banana peel.
Yes, and what right do I have to think? You despise me, don't you? Please don't kill me.
Usually I wouldn't think twice about punching out a two-bit crook like you. But you just get my knuckles all grimy.
I think you should think twice before threatening me.
I think you should talk to me while you've still got teeth. And talk faster. I can't take the sound of your voice much longer.
The way you're threatened has caused me to wet myself. Why are you treating me like I'm some kind of criminal?
Well, I'm no lawyer, but last I heard robbery was illegal.
You're a cynical person, if you'll forgive my saying so.
Okay, I forgive you. Now would you please just hand over my wallet?
Here's your wallet. You will see I have spent very little of your money. Tell me, how did you find me?
I was downwind, El Stinko.
Well, pardon me. I'll go take a bath.
Well, if you live through this conversation, you're gonna have plenty of time to bathe. Now tell me why you were following me.
I was hired to follow you. I provide people with information through ways of my own.
Oh, and stealing my wallet was in the job description.
No, I'm just looking for ways to make extra money. I was hired by an old PI who called himself the Colonel. He paid me to follow you and report back on everyone I saw you talk to. He also wanted me to tell him if I saw you with a little statue of a bird. He told me very little else, though he said that he had to find out if you could be trusted. There, I have told you everything I know. Now let me go, and I shall not bother you again.
The Colonel was my mentor in the detective biz. When I was a young, idealistic crime fighter, I didn't understand some of the Colonel's unethical PI methods. I reported the Colonel to the PI licensing board, and his license was temporarily revoked. In the years since, I've come to understand and even occasionally use the Colonel's questionable methods, but we've never made up. I haven't seen the Colonel's office since we fell out 15 years ago. From the look of the exterior, the Colonel's kept it up nicely. I knock on the door and it swings open. The place is trashed.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to put off that trip to the Caribbean. Maybe permanently.
My God, what happened? Who did this to you?
The chameleon. He's some kind of shapeshifter. I swear he's the devil himself.
What did he want? Why did he attack you?
Oh, he thought I had it. When he found out I didn't, he tried to torture me into telling him where it was. Yeah, he got impatient, stuck a knife in my chest. I must have passed out. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Well,
What was he looking for?
the winter chip. The cult wants it. They're planning a doomsday party. They're afraid whoever's got the chip might stop them. You're gonna have to find it and get it to Capricorn. Yeah, they know what to do with it.
But I don't know where to look. You gotta give me some help.
There's no time. There's a disc by the bookcase. It's got information on the winter chip. Don't fail me, Tex. I hope to God you've learned something after all these years.
I fly the Colonel to the hospital and the attendants rush him into surgery, but won't tell me what his chances are. I know I should go and search the Colonel's office for the disc he referred to, but I'm having a hard time keeping my eyelids popped open. I decide to go back to my office for a couple of hours of shut-eye. As I open the door, I catch a whiff of expensive perfume, then feel my jaw slam into a brick wall. When my vision clears, I'm seated across from a beautiful Oriental woman with matching goons on either side of me.
Good evening, Mr. Murphy. Please, have a seat.
Gee, thanks. My dogs are really tired.
Yes, you've been very busy, haven't you? Let me introduce myself. My name is Eddie Ching.
You're Eddie Ching? Sorry, I didn't realize who you were.
I like that tone of voice. Now sit down quietly and listen to me.
Okay, if you promise not to let your large friends here break my legs.
I'm glad you understand the situation, Mr. Murphy. I have learned that you were hired to steal a statuette from my apartment. I admire the skill you display in doing so, but I must now ask you to return the bird to me.
Look, I swear on my mother's grave I don't have it. Someone mugged me last night and stole it. Please don't kill me. Please! I'll do anything, but don't kill me!
It's gone? You imbecile! Have you no idea what you've done? You were set up. The person who hired you belongs to a group so powerful they may hold the fate of the world in their hands. The statuette is worthless, except to this cult. And I went to great lengths to keep it from them. And all it took was one idiotic PI to give these fanatics the talisman they need to loose the demons of hell upon the earth.
Okay, I made a mistake. You won't help things by calling me names.
You obviously don't understand what I'm saying. With the statuette, the cult will fulfill its prophecies, unleashing an unimaginable flood of destruction. The prophecy is supposed to be fulfilled in 6 days. If the statuette is not recovered before then, nothing will matter. We'll all be dead.
You seem to know a lot about this cult and were able to get the statuette in the first place. Why don't you send some of your goons out and clear up the problem?
The cult knows about me. They tried several times to steal the statuette once they learned I had it. They will not allow me or my operatives to obstruct their plans. You, however, they do not consider to be a threat. The cult is behind the crusade for genetic purity. I don't know any more than what I've told you, except for the identity of the man who set you up. He is known as the Chameleon. If you can find him, you will be within reach of the statuette. You should realize that your blunder makes you responsible for 10 billion lives. Hope for your own sake that you can succeed where more powerful people cannot. Let this be a reminder to you not to repeat your mistakes. If you fail, I will see you in hell.
So, did he have the chip or not? I never found out. My usual methods of persuasion weren't working. So I had to get a little more forceful. Next thing I know, his lights go up. I think I killed him. Dead men don't help us. We've got to find out about that chip. If the Colonel didn't have the chip, then he probably sent it to Murphy. Stick around and keep tabs on him until the last second. But don't kill him. If the chip doesn't show up, make sure Murphy doesn't blunder into our path. If you find the chip, destroy it. Then you can do what you want with Murphy.